saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Committee reports. Where's our esteemed Jay this morning?
We don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'd be
I'm sorry.
willing to guess he's looking for a turkey.
Oh,
That's
really?
right, today's turkey season. isn't
Yeah,
it?
today's open day
Yeah.
of turkey season.
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you. That's Jay. It's Jay.
Which really kind of falls under council reports, but I jumped ahead.
We can come back to you. I think you just walked in. So,
Oh, okay. All right. So we really had no committees reporting.
nothing
So
for me.
let's go to,
Dave, did you want to mention the personnel though, that we're gonna have to do for the employee handbook?
Oh,
Get
yeah.
scheduled.
It's
It's not on here, but I didn't know if you wanted to bring it up.
We are not finished. So, all right.
well, I guess if there's nothing under marketing.
Well, a couple of quick things. We did this last month have the economic forum, which I thought went very well. It's the annual thing that the chamber puts on, and enjoyed presenting at that, as well as last night at the Board of Legislators committee meetings. I thought last night went great. But that's kind of pretty much all there is to report at this point right now.
A lot of good feedback, by the way, from the legislators that I talked to. Did a
Good
good job.
opportunity. Thanks for putting that up.
Yeah, and Rob and I sat in on it. Any comments you'd like to mention, Rob?
I think one of the things we mentioned, and I mentioned to David Marsh as we walked out, was it was really an exciting presentation, a lot to be proud of, and a lot for the legislators to be proud of. And the only thing I said was, I've never been here. I think you had a meeting off-site once at Rift
Yeah,
Camp, and it was just before I got on. And it would, to me, it would be welcomed if we were to do maybe another type off-site meeting and spend a little extra time and even go back through those types of presentations just for the board, because I was picking up information of that. It kind of brings everything together that we've been working on for the last few years. And you mentioned even the interim report. I mean, it was exciting, you know. It'd be nice to, I think, present it back to the board members. And like I said, it just kind of recapped everything in such an exciting way.
Yeah, you hear
Wow,
bits and
we-
pieces
you know.
month to month, but
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
it was-
when you see it all together, it's pretty good.
It's very impressive. It's very
Yeah,
impressive.
very impressive. Did a great job.
And looking ahead of events coming our way economically, even, the Micron and hopefully the airport, it's like there's a lot of great economic activity that's going to be very positive for the county right around the corner. So, yeah, I concur with Rob. That was a well-presented presentation, and my interpretation and conversations with legislators is they were unaware of a lot of that, I think.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
kudos to you guys. Job well done.
And did you want to go back to Jay if you have no
Sure. We know he's headed for the turkey fields.
That is this morning, actually. As far as the report goes, just the grant programs, which we talked about last night. We're rolling those out as we have been. It's going rather smoothly. A little bump without Joy at her helm to help us out, but we're making it work, getting the checks out and stuff. People are completing their projects rather quickly. What else? Dairy Parade is huge on the horizon. Luckily I got quite a bit done early on because I knew the grants would slow us down on that. Now I've got to kick that back into overdrive and get that finished up as far as setting that up goes. Robin and I have been working with a potential, I can say this, I think. Yes, I can. With a potential small scale meat processor that wants to start up, small scale. So we're pretty excited about it. It's fantastic to have her on the team because she brings her expertise to it. And I say, yeah, go Robin, go.
Is that going to be value added, or will that involve slaughter? Oh, really? Slaughter facility?
Small scale first for potential to go.
Okay, great.
Definitely potential to go to USDA too.
Right.
So we're excited about it. They're a unique couple that are going to run this and have experience. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for success there, which is what we need with the meat processing. So it'll be a good project.
Their first hurdle, planning board. I said, get through that,
Yeah.
then we're good to go.
That's the one that makes me the most nervous because I've dealt with planning board presentations on meat processing before that didn't go quite so well. So we'll monitor the situation and help where we can if anything does arise. The other pieces, CWT, should be opening here very quickly. They run into a few bumps with infrastructure, and now they have those bumps, I think, smoothed out.
Can you tell us how many chicks per week again?
1 million.
1 million eggs or hatch.
Hatch.
A week.
Million.
1 million.
Compared to the 100,000 Avian.
Yeah. I'm still trying. We thought we were going to have an open house to invite everybody into, but then some of the infrastructure issues cropped up, and they needed to work with ESD to get permission to do it, and that didn't quite happen. I will be trying to get an opportunity for all of you to go in and tour the facility. I went through last week, and it is phenomenal. Aviagen was impressive. I'd never been through a modern egg hatchery in my life prior to Aviagen, and that was quite impressive. This is 10 times what Aviagen is. Just to see the air control systems, the humidity control systems, the computer systems that are in this. I mean, we're talking ultra high tech, modern science. It's not just a bunch of eggs sitting under a heat lamp anymore. It's absolutely incredible. So
When you mention Avigen and CWT, they're still under one umbrella. They're not separate entities, are they?
they're under the parent. They're under the same parent company, and I don't remember what the name of the parent company is. Aviagen technically is the world's largest poultry genetics company. And they do interact between CWT Farms and Aviagen. There is a little bit of interaction while they are kept separately. They're considered separate companies. Aviagen produces, and I said this last night at the program, and I think I've said it here before, Aviagen produces a high-end chick. When those chicks are hatched out and sent off, Aviagen's bringing in approximately $1.50 to $1.75 per bird, which is quite a bit, sometimes up to $2 per bird. These are the parent stock for poultry operations around the world. Those chicks literally do hit the plane flying, something like that. Anyways, I was trying to be funny. It's too early on a Wednesday morning.
Some work to do. At least it wasn't the chicken or the egg comes first.
This is true. With CWT, those chicks are broiler chicks. That's what's, a year from now, you may very well go buy a broiler chicken in Walmart, and it might be hatched out here in Watertown, New York. That's what they're producing. It's a very heavy bird, heavy breasted. They're bred for that particular rotisserie chicken production, and they'll ship those out around the Northeast and into Canada. They take advantage of a quota requirement that is in the Canadian.
North American Free Trade Agreement.
Thank you. And that Canada has a requirement to buy so many either broiler chicks or broiler eggs from the US to meet the agreement. And what CWT is doing is they're taking advantage of our location here in New York with that easy border crossing, to instead of have somebody else ship eggs in, they're shipping the chicks in. The chicks are ready to grow. There's not that 21-day requirement now to house the eggs. They've already housed them, they've hatched them, and as soon as they're hatched, they're on a tractor trailer to travel around the countryside. So it's very, very exciting, and we're glad. I feel that CWT with the pandemic and stuff, they've run into so many hurdles in putting that facility up. With prices going up the way they did, and personnel issues and stuff. It's been a long haul for them. So I'll be happy to see them up and running here shortly.
So again, when is it projected to be up and running?
Should be by midsummer. I mean, they're very close. It's a matter of the infrastructure, the natural gas being the primary delay, and Dave helped move that along with the power of the pen there. Natural gas, national grid delayed things significantly, and we finally had to step in and start to prod to move things along.
How many employees? They've got eggs coming in June, right? Isn't that June 1st? We got eggs coming.
Yeah. So, and you have to have the natural gas in order to keep those birdies warm.
How many people are they gonna?
have?
Whoop.
I'm sorry. How many employees?
It was going to be 20 to 30, if I
Yeah,
remember
they're up
correctly.
to 40 eventually.
Yeah. So it'd be a good workforce, and actually sexing the chicks now is a high-end job. They pay quite a bit of money to the people that sit there and whoop, okay, boy, whoop, girl.
Do they have to say woo?
It's a technical term.
That's where the high pay comes
So
in.
this is good. I don't want to get this thrown back at me, but the eggs are shipped
I would
in
never
from-
do that to you, Paul.
I was going to say, where do the eggs come from? But you were going to say the chicken. But where are they shipped in from? Where are they laid, fertilized, and shipped here? And how do they know the eggs are all fertilized when they get to the?
Across the road.
Oh,
Jeez.
good words yet.
That's
They have-
fine. I had it coming.
They have laying operations in Arkansas, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina.
So 1 million eggs are going to be shipped in a week.
And again, when you think about economic development, now think about all those tractor trailers that would be traveling in and out of here with 1 million.
Breakage rate is on that hauling.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. I mean,
Not
they
too
know.
bad. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
There's a lot of foam.
Hearing somewhere else. Yeah.
A lot of folks.
The fertilization rate. is
The
something-
breakage rate is worse from Price Chopper to my house.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Assessment.
I just have a different topic, but about.
Sure. Let me, because
Okay.
John, did you have a question?
No, I was gonna ask the same thing. How many employees?
Okay.
David would.
Okay.
Quick question though, how many birds can they put in a trailer going across? Like every tractor trailer going out of here, the 1 million a week that they're gonna hatch out, how many can they get in the trailer for transport?
Don't quote me on this, but I think 70,000.
70, okay,
Yeah.
so 10 loads.
Yeah.
Well,
They have to be climate controlled too, don't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be like,
Absolutely.
what, like a 3-day shipping time, because they're putting these little crates with like a little disc for food to keep them fed
Yeah,
during
yeah.
the trip.
So lately on the news, there's been a lot about avian flu again.
Yeah.
Is that a worry for their operation?
Yeah, not as much for them, although it is a little bit of a concern. It's more of a worry for their laying operations. That's where it hits in. But one of the advantages why we have Aviagen and why we have CWT is we don't have a lot of hen houses around. They like our location because there's no other poultry operations of any size within a 10-mile radius of where their locations are. They are sensitive to that. It was location to Canada, and then location to other poultry operations that attracted them in, so.
Yeah, 'cause I think when they came to it, they wanted those two facilities so far apart as well.
Yeah.
They didn't want them too close together.
Yeah, and I think they're probably a touch closer than they would like, but it's still far enough apart, and it's still just those two egg hatching operations that, you know, they were comfortable with that, because technically they're only, I think, 2 miles